Hey guys, it's Nailbiter, and in this video I've got some gameplay from a round of Rush on Sharqi Peninsula, and it's actually a pretty fast round. My team got through all 3 sets of MCOMs pretty quickly, and so I thought this would be a good gameplay to upload for a commentary. And I'm also using the FAMAS in this gameplay, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that gun. It's the first new assault rifle that you unlock from if you have the Back to Karkan expansion. It's the first one you unlock. It's pretty easy to get. You just need 10 heals and 10 revives. So my guess is if you've been playing the assault class at all, you've probably just unlocked the FAMAS by default. Basically, you don't really have to try to get this unlock. But anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit about the FAMAS in this video. And you know, I think it's a pretty good gun. I'll say that. It's got a very fast fire rate and a pretty high recoil, so it's kind of similar. I would compare it maybe to the AEK. It's a similar gun to that. It's, like I said, high recoil but high fire rate, and it's much more of a close range gun. You're gonna do better if you use this gun in close quarter situations as opposed to long range situations. So the iron sights are also kind of annoying. I don't know. I tried putting a reflex sight on the FAMAS, but I found I didn't really like it too much, so I just leave the iron sights on, even though they're kind of annoying. They sort of take up a lot of your screen, and you know, you can kind of tell when I'm scoping in. It's tough to sort of see what I'm shooting at, so that's part of the reason why they're better at close range, because obviously it's easier to see your targets. And right here you'll see why the flashlight is so it's these guys just can't look at this guy. He can't even see me. He should have killed me. If I hadn't had that flashlight there, I probably would have died twice. But you might be wondering why I'm using the tactical. Even I generally speaking, I don't use flashlights at all on the primary weapons, but sometimes I'll use the tactical pistol with a flashlight on, just because I don't know. Sometimes I have trouble with pistols. It's like the weird fire rate on some of them messes me up sometimes. So the only time I'll ever use a flashlight is with a pistol. So if you're worried about me using that a lot. But anyways, I almost thought I wasn't gonna get this guy too. Knifing is so unreliable in this game. I don't really know how it works, but I almost never knife unless I know that there's only one guy near me, and that's the guy that I'm knifing. So you know, it's a pretty unreliable system. And I still miss the days from Battlefield 2042 where you actually had to pull out a knife, and it actually took some skill to be good at knifing. So anyways, I've got the heavy barrel and foregrip attached to the FAMAS, and I mean, if you've watched any of my old videos, I almost always have the heavy barrel attached just because I like having that added damage at long range. But I know some people just don't really see the benefits of using the heavy barrel because it does add some recoil to your gun. And I've tried using just the laser sight on the FAMAS to see if it makes a difference with the recoil. And I don't know, the problem with that is though that it does almost no damage at long range, and it's really hard to kill people at long range. So that if you do get a shot on them, chances are they'll be able to run away before you can finish them off. So I would still recommend using the heavy barrel. I mean, I guess it depends a little bit on what map you're playing, and you know, if you're comfortable with recoil and if you're good at canceling it out. And I don't know how that guy didn't die there that I was shooting at, but anyways, my team did a pretty good job reviving in this round. I think I get revived 3 or 4 times over the course of this game. And you know, if you're playing Sharqi Peninsula Rush, I would probably recommend using the assault class, just because, especially if you're attacking, the defending team doesn't get any vehicles, and so if you're only going to be dealing with infantry, it just makes the most sense to play the assault class and to be able to revive people. And I mean, obviously that's going to help your team out a lot if you're attacking, and just to keep your ticket count up. And so, you know, we're already on the last set of MCOMs here. It's a pretty short, or it's a pretty quick map if you've got a good team and you're attacking. It doesn't take long to get to this last set of MCOMs, and the route you're going to see me take here I found is really good if you're on this last set. One thing you do want to be careful of if you're running the same route that I am up the right side of the map is that there are often going to be a few guys at the top of the building that the B MCOM is in, that you can see in front of me now. You'll often find a couple of snipers, or I don't know, maybe somebody trying to shoot an RPG at you from up there. And so it's just something to watch out for if you're going to be running the same route, because it's a little bit exposed. And here you'll kind of see how, you know, now some of these gunfights that I'm getting into are a little bit longer range, and the FAMAS definitely doesn't work nearly as well in these situations. It's much better at close quarters. And, you know, here it's shooting at that sniper way over there, and it takes me quite a few bullets to get the kill, because the FAMAS does have a lot of recoil, and so at longer ranges it's hard to control. But here I get a nice clip where I take out a couple of guys, and at this point the round is actually almost finished. My team's already set A, and we'll set B soon in a second. So hopefully you guys like this video. It's pretty short, but you know, I thought the gameplay was pretty good. I get a good final score of 32-3. And, you know, like I said earlier in the video, I do like the FAMAS quite a bit, and I think if you've had success with the AEK, which I know you see a lot of people using, then I think you'll probably find similar success with the FAMAS, because they're fairly comparable guns. So, anyways, make sure to rate the video if you liked it, and subscribe to me if you want to see more Battlefield 3 content. And I left the time after where you just scroll through the awards and scoreboard and stuff at the end. So let me know if you like to have that in there, or if I should just show the final score and leave out all the awards and stuff. If you don't really want to see that. But anyways, thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.